What if I told you your daily routine is a trap? Not in some dramatic movie plot way, but in a quiet, subtle way that's keeping you from the life you actually want. We all have habits we think are normal, even productive. Checking things off a to-do list, staying comfortable, saying yes to every opportunity. But what if those normal habits are the very things holding you back? In the next few minutes, I'm going to pull back the curtain on 7 of them. And the last one is the most surprising, and maybe the most destructive of all. So, if you've ever felt like you're just running on a treadmill, putting in all the effort but going absolutely nowhere, this video is for you. Number 1. Living life on autopilot. This is when you move through your day without much conscious thought. You wake up, grab your phone, go to work, do the tasks, come home, binge a show, and repeat. It feels efficient, right? It feels normal. But it's a trap, and the real danger is a profound lack of self-awareness. Organizational psychologist and researcher Tasha Eurich gives us a shocking reality check in her work. While a staggering 95% of people believe they're self-aware, her research suggests only about 10 to 15% of us actually are. That means most of us are operating with a massive blind spot, completely unaware of how our own actions and reactions are shaping our reality. Without self-awareness, you can be active without ever advancing. It's like trying to navigate a new city without a map. Sure, you're moving, but you have no clue if you're getting any closer to your destination. The fix isn't to obsess over every single move you make. It's to build small moments of reflection into your day. Instead of asking, "Why did I do that?" which usually just leads to making excuses, try asking, "What can I do differently next time?" This simple tweak shifts you from being defensive to being curious. It yanks you off autopilot and puts you back in the driver's seat. The second habit is something we're all guilty of: choosing comfort over growth. Let's be honest, comfort feels good. It's safe, it's predictable, and it's easy. But getting too comfortable is one of the sneakiest enemies of your own potential. It whispers that everything's fine. You don't need to push yourself, and right here is good enough. It drains your sense of urgency and quietly kills your drive. Think about that job you don't love but won't leave. That skill you want to learn but keep putting off because it just feels too hard. That's your comfort zone winning. The issue isn't a lack of potential. It's an excess of comfort. You've settled. Stagnation is what happens when we cling to familiar routines that make us unhappy just because they're familiar. The antidote is simple, but it isn't easy. You have to be willing to get uncomfortable. While periods of comfort are essential for recovery and rest, real growth can only happen when you step outside that zone. Every success is built on a foundation of preparation, and every new level you want to reach will require you to trade the warmth of what you know for the uncertainty of what you could become. That temporary discomfort of learning and changing is the price of admission for long-term fulfillment. Habit number 3 is all in your head. It's letting your inner critic call the shots. We all have that nagging voice that fuels overthinking, second-guessing, and self-doubt. We trick ourselves into thinking this voice is just being realistic, but in reality, it's a powerful saboteur of our ambitions. Overthinking is one of the quietest killers of a great idea. It doesn't show up with a bang. It's that subtle hum of what-ifs and you shouldn'ts that keeps you playing small. You'll come up with something brilliant, and before you can even grab a pen, the critic chimes in. That'll never work. Someone else is already doing it better. Or, you don't have what it takes. This leads directly to analysis paralysis, where you get so stuck in your head that you never actually do anything. The way to manage this is to remember that your thoughts are not commands. They're merely suggestions. You don't have to listen to every thought that pops into your head. The next time that critic starts its monologue, just notice it and label it. There's that critical voice again. Creating that tiny bit of space is enough to rob it of its power. Then you can consciously pivot to a better thought, like, what's one small step I can take to just try this? That's how you break the cycle of doubt and get back into action. The fourth habit is a modern-day plague: being busy just for the sake of being busy. Our culture loves to reward the appearance of work, a packed calendar, a flooded inbox, constant multitasking. It all makes you feel like you're accomplishing something. But are you? More often than not, this busyness is just a distraction from the hard, important work that will actually move you forward. There's a massive difference between activity and achievement. You can burn an entire day answering emails, hopping between meetings, and putting out tiny fires, only to get to 5 p.m. and realize you made zero progress on your most important goal. That's because a broken focus scatters your energy. When you try to do everything, you often end up achieving nothing of real significance. The solution is to get ruthless about your priorities. Instead of a 20-item to-do list, what are the 1 or 2 things that will create the biggest impact? This is about working smarter, not just harder. It's about having the guts to let the unimportant things wait. Stop confusing motion with progress. Focus your best energy on what really matters, and you'll be stunned by how much more you actually get done. Habit number 5 is a trap that snares kind, ambitious people. Saying yes to everything. You say yes to that extra project, yes to that social event you dread, yes to helping a friend when you're already completely overwhelmed. You do it to be a team player, to be liked, or to avoid missing out. But when you say yes to everything, you're implicitly saying no to the things that truly matter to you. Success is nearly impossible when your priorities are out of order. There's a popular analogy that helps visualize this. Think of your life as a glass jar. The big rocks are your most important priorities. Your health, your family, your life's work. The sand is everything else. Distractions, other people's demands, trivial tasks. If you fill your jar with sand first, you'll have no room left for the big rocks. That's how misplaced priorities can silently kill your dreams. Learning to say a strategic no is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It isn't about being selfish. It's about being protective of your energy and focus. Before you agree to something, ask yourself, does this align with my most important goals? If the answer is no, then a polite, I'm sorry, I can't commit to that right now, is the most productive and honest response you can give. Habit number 6, assuming you've learned enough. This happens when you hit a certain level of success or comfort and you stop actively seeking out growth. You get the degree, you land the job, you master a skill, and a little voice says, I've made it. This is a quiet but deadly mindset. In a world that doesn't stand still, the moment you stop learning, you start falling behind. You can't expect to excel at new levels with old information. Neglecting to invest in yourself, whether by reading books, taking courses, or learning new skills, is a surefire way to become stagnant. The consequences don't show up overnight. They creep in slowly, over months and years, until you wake up one day and find yourself out of touch and unprepared for new challenges. The only solution is to adopt a mindset of a lifelong learner. See your personal development not as a destination you arrive at, but as a continuous journey. Read books that challenge you. Listen to experts in different fields. Stay curious. Ask questions. Greatness isn't something you achieve and then possess forever. It's something you have to cultivate every single day. The investment you make in yourself will always pay the best interest. And that brings us to the 7th and most subtle habit keeping you stuck. Waiting around for motivation to strike. We've all done it. I'll start working out when I feel motivated. Or I'll finally start my business when I feel inspired. This is a huge trap. Motivation is an emotion. And like all emotions, it's fickle. It comes and goes. Relying on it is like trying to build a house on a foundation of sand. Successful people don't wait for motivation to show up. They create systems and lean on discipline. Discipline is the bridge that connects your goals to your accomplishments. The hard truth is, most people don't fail because their goals are too big. They fail because their systems are too weak. So, how do you build that discipline? With systems. Don't just say, I'm going to work out more. Instead, create a system. I will go to the gym every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Don't just say, I want to write a book. Create a system. I'll write 500 words every morning before checking my email. Systems remove the debate and the need for motivation. They make progress automatic. Your future isn't built on what you hope for. It's built on what you do consistently. So there you have it. 7 normal habits that are quietly sabotaging your success. Living on autopilot. Clinging to comfort. Letting your inner critic win. Being busy instead of productive. Waiting for motivation. Saying yes to everything. And thinking you've learned enough. These habits won't wreck your life in one fell swoop. They work quietly, chipping away at your focus, discipline, and dreams, one small decision at a time. But the first step to breaking free is knowing they exist. Just by recognizing these patterns in your own life, you've already started to take your power back. This isn't about a massive overnight transformation. It's about making small, intentional changes, day after day. Which of these habits hit closest to home for you? Let me know in the comments below. Sharing your experience not only helps you commit to the change, but it could be the very thing someone else needs to read to feel less alone on their own journey.